Hey everyone, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpening. So I'm working on a Hoffritz knife today. It's the one here in the middle. So a customer brought this in. It's like over 30 years old. They really love this knife, and the rivets on one side just completely rotted out and the handle came off. And they asked me if I could fix it, but they wanted to keep the original handle, which I love. And I told them that I can definitely do it, but as you guys know, I also just got the new laser engraver in, and so let me show you what I'm going to do. Someone had mentioned this earlier today, comment on one of my videos about, hey, that'd be a great way to restore brandings on knives that are resurfaced, and I agree 100%. It's also one of the things I have wanted to do with it. I said, you know what? Why don't we just give it a try? Like, we got the perfect knife right now for it. Let's do it. So let me show you. So here's the original knife, and let me see if I can angle this. Okay, so can you guys see the Hoffritz there? I mean, it's almost completely just not visible anymore. I was able to go online and get the actual trademarked logo, and here it is. And I just did just a test engraving on this junk knife that I have that I test stuff on. And there you can see the logo, and it's perfect. So what I'm going to do is, after I resurface this knife, I'm going to mark this so I know exactly where that is. And I'm going to re-put that logo right laser engraved right back onto the original knife. And then I'm going to restore, put the handles back on, the original handles with new rivets, and get it back to its customer. But I thought you guys might like to see the before so you can just get a good look at it. Now, if you ever run into this, how I took these rivets off, it was a little bit of time consuming, but I used a carbide bit and just ran in here and literally like just ground them out and then tapped them out from the backside. And I tapped them out from the backside with like a punch or a chisel or whatever you would call these things, these round. You can see where I was working over here. So this is where I was working. I used my jewelry buffs. I actually get on the floor sometimes. It's just easier. Here's the carbide bit I used on a Dremel tool. And a lot of it just literally ground up to like nothing. I was coating the bit with a little bit of slick stick that I get from Woodturner's Wonders. It's really great for any kind of high-speed cutting stuff and keeps things cutting real well. So that's how I got the rivets out. Now I still need to get the other side of the rivets out. Now I still need to get the rivets out of this side. I'm still working on that. I'm just taking a little break right now, and but I will show you guys this when it's completed. As you can see, there's a little swale down here that needs to come out. But while the handles are off, so here's my plan of attack for this. So I'm gonna get these rivets completely out. Then I'm going to sand these a little bit more and finish them up and make them looking nice. Then they're gonna go into a vacuum chamber with some linseed oil for a while to just get them filled with a nice hardening oil like linseed oil. And then I will let that start to dry, and while that's going on, I'll be working on the blade. So I'll take that swale out, I'll really make this look nice again, get that normal grain pattern and scratches out of there. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to reinstall that Hoffritz logo right back on this knife. Now, if you don't know the history of Hoffritz knives, they were actually like a boutique knife store in, I believe it was New York City, and I think the logo and some of the items still exist, but that doesn't exist anymore. And I don't believe the knife as a store like what it was back in the day as a boutique knife store still exists. And they used to get different companies to make knives for them. So I know they did a lot of stuff with Victorinox. This basically just says German ice-cold steel on it. That's really hard to see too, but it's still on there. But that's what they were. They were just a boutique cooking knife and knife store that was in New York City. So we will get this going, and we'll go from there. Hope you guys enjoy this. Continue working on this Hoffritz restoration here. I'm going to take it to some conditioning belts. Coarse belt. Actually, tracking's good. I'm going away. Let me just put my mask on. So there's some swirls in here from some type of prior sharpening. It came in like this, but I want to take these out. So that's what I'm working on right now. The rest of it, I'm fairly happy with how it looks. And that's my mark to know exactly where the original maker's mark is. So I'm done with the conditioning belt. You can, let me see if I can get in here. You can still see the maker's mark. You can actually see it better now than you could before. There you go. Can you see it there, guys, in the middle? You can actually see it better than before. So a lot of it was like patina and stuff, I think, that were kind of covering it. But it looks a lot nicer. And I'm done with the conditioning belts. I did hit the handle a little bit. This had a lot of like just junk from the old wood and rust under there. It's pretty common when you pull off wood handles. You'll see things not looking really nice underneath. I usually clean that all up before I reassemble everything. We are doing stainless steel. I like the setting of 100 with depth of 90. One pass with the 1064 laser. And we should be good to go. Alrighty, so let me put my protective glasses on because I'm not going to use the shroud this time. Let's start engraving. And here we go. and show you guys the results. All right, so this is just very high, like 99% rubbing alcohol to take off that Sharpie. Oh, look at that. There we go. So there is our restored. That's so cool. There we go. So there's our restored lasered maker's mark. Isn't that awesome? And what I'm going to do now is just clean up with some dental abrasives and polish around it. There's a little rough area where I stopped because I didn't want to lose my my exact placement of that mark. But yeah, that looks great. I'll come back and show you when I'm done here. Okay, so here's the finished outcome. I'm really happy with that. I just finished hitting it with some Dedco dental abrasives on jewelry buffers. Did all around the maker's mark that I restored on there. It's in exactly the spot I wanted it, and I'm really happy with how that came out. Really amazed at what the Laser Pecker 4 can do.